Hi, I'm Toni Dowrey and this is my weekly video blog. This week we're going to be talking about letting things go. Just putting it in the past, leaving it there, moving on with your life. I'm really surprised at how many people carry a heavy burden around with them. They carry mistakes that they've made. They carry bad things that have happened to them. They carry guilt of something that they have done. They carry burdens of others, along with them. You need to let this stuff go. You need to leave it behind. You cannot have a future when you're carrying the past. And that's a really important thing. There is a difference between letting it go and using it for the future. Of course, you got to remember what happened. I mean, that's what gives us our experience to move on to the future. That was a life lesson. Whatever it was that was back there, it was a life lesson. It was something that hurt you that is either going to make you a victim or it's going to make you stronger. I am hoping that this is going to make you stronger. There's a lot of bad things that happen to us that we just push on through to show the strength that we have internally. And that gets us on, to the next step in life. We don't want to be hindered by this and feeling sorry for ourselves and just sitting there all curled up in a ball, just letting life happen and just not appreciating anything else around us. Because even though bad things happen, there is still good around you, and you need to find those good things and focus on those. If it was like a bad relationship, use that experience into the next relationship. If you made a horrible mistake, or if someone, treated you, poorly, know what you're not going to do next time, and know what you're not going to look for next time. There's life lessons in everything that happens. Don't use that as something that's going to weigh you down, though. Use it as something that's going to better your future. You can't do anything about what has happened. It's already happened. You can't change it. So leave it there. Use that as a memory, as an experience, as a life lesson to move on to your future. And where's that going to take you? How is that going to change your attitude? How is that going to change your perspective on life? How is that going to change, what you look for, in a partnership, a business, a job, anything, So when people say let it go, they're not saying forget. And I just want you to be aware of that. You don't have to forget what has happened. You just have to let go of the weight that you are carrying with whatever it is that was there. It's in the past. You need to leave it there. You need to lighten your load, drop it off on the corner, walk away from it, and you keep on going. And you use that as a new direction in where you're going to go in life. You can't change it, but let it go and use that for your future. If you think that I don't have any, regrets, and people say, well, we shouldn't have regrets. I do have regrets. I'll be very personal right here with this. My grandfather, when my grandmother had passed away, around that time, I was getting divorced myself. And I was a single mom for 10 years. And during that time, I didn't have a lot of time to go see my grandpa. And I didn't have a lot of time, on the weekends because my kids were doing sports and I was so busy working full time, and I had, they had practices and stuff. And after he had passed away, I had helped my mom, being an only child, helped her with the house. And wow, it's like after all those 10 years of not really seeing him that much, I was working full time and still doing, my daughter had just gotten out of sports actually at that time. So she wasn't doing sports. So on the weekend, I would run down and I'd help my mom an hour away at my grandpa's house. And I thought, just how ironic that I never had time to do this before. And now every weekend for like a year and a half, I'm down at his house helping my mom. You don't think I have a regret over that? I sure do. I think about it often, and it tears me up inside thinking that I didn't have that time. And when I had to actually make it, I did. but where was it before? So I can't change that, and that is a huge life lesson that I have. It is something that I will regret, and I will always regret that. And people say don't have regrets. I do, you know. So, but I have to leave it behind, and I have to use that in the future. So, you know, when I get back home, you know, I'm not there now, but visit, you know, people that I want to visit, take that time to see people I want to see. There was a lesson involved in that. You know, I can't change what happened, but I can look at what's going to happen with my future. So let go of what it is that you're carrying around with you. Use it for your future, but just keep moving forward and leave the past behind. I want you to look at whatever that is this week, you know, what you're carrying, the burden and that load that you are just not letting go. I want you to drop it off. Take your life lesson from it and move forward, but don't carry it around no more. There's no point to do that. It's not going to change anything that has happened. So let it go. Move forward, lighten your load, get your spirit back, feel lifted, and be happy. We'll talk to you again next week. You have a great day. Check out my webpage at www.tonidowrey.com. Click onto my Facebook page and check out my daily inspirational posts. Have a great day.